Happy Saturday. Welcome to our first ever STEAM Saturday program. I'm Miss Mackenzie coming to you from the Longview Public Library here, and this is a really cool program. We're going to be doing this on the second Saturday of every month, and I'm going to be doing some really nifty science experiments with you guys and some engineering and art things, and they're going to be things that you can do with things that you have at home. And today we're going to be talking about solids and liquids with two of everybody's favorites, ice and water. And again, all of these things that I'm going to be using are things that you should have in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your drawers, somewhere in your house. So to get going, the first experiment we're going to do is, I'm so excited about this one, Baggy Ice Cream. And I'm going to put the list of supplies you guys should have with you up on the screen so you can do this with me. And the very first thing we started with, it calls for 3 cups of ice in a big freezer bag. I probably put about 5 cups in here just in case it started melting on me. But this is what you start with. It's 5 cups of ice in a big freezer bag, and then we need 1/3 cup of kosher salt. You can also use rock salt. Look at this. There we go. And if anybody wants to learn something extra cool about why you do this, look up why you add salt to ice if you're going to make ice cream. Gotta mix it up really well. Okay, now comes the tricky part, and I really hope I don't spill. In a second baggie, you're going to mix up a whole cup of half and half. And then 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, just the good stuff that should be in your pantry somewhere. Here's 2, there's your sugar. And then half of a teaspoon, little bitty half of a teaspoon of vanilla or vanilla extract. All right, there we go. It's all in there. So now, gotta seal this up and make sure you squeeze the air out, just like you normally would with a baggie. Just squeeze the air out. This is really, really cold. Wow. And you're gonna kind of just get it all mixed up in there. And then, here's the fun part. You have to put this baggie with your mixture into your ice and salt baggie. And I'm just gonna kind of squeeze them down in there because they're the same size baggies because we didn't have a different size baggie. Now, you need to gently shake this for 7 to 10 minutes, and I'm actually going to wear some oven mitts while I do this, but first I'm going to turn on my timer for 7 minutes. I'm going to use the timer on my phone, but you can also use the timer on your oven, any timer in your kitchen too. So, let me put my oven mitt on one hand and start with the other one. This is going to be funky, you guys. 10 minutes, guys. I wonder what we have. I wonder if we could get Miss Jenna to taste test it. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Miss Jenna, this is really, really, really solid. Oh my goodness. Woo. We're going to have to, and really wet.
Try it.
Oh my gosh. Woo, that's cold. Oh my. Oh, wow. I don't know. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Look at how solid this is in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, Miss Jenna, grab a spoon. It's all stuck to the bag, but she's got to tell us if it's good or not.
All right, guys.
She's gonna be our taste tester. Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see.
There we go.
There it is.
Tastes like ice cream.
Woohoo! Tastes like
It's very
vanilla
good.
ice cream.
Actually,
we
very
did
good.
it.
Well done.
Yay! Very cold, but very, very, very effective.
I'll eat the rest of that later.
And I suppose you could, if you wanted to, double or triple the recipe if you're making this for a lot of people. But don't do it without oven mitts. And another thing, do it over a towel, because now this table is soaking wet because the ice dripped. So just be ready for that, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. As a little segue into our next experiment, because that was dealing with ice, the solid form of water. Before we get to actual water, I want to talk to you guys about water beads. I got to play with these yesterday and this morning. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. These are incredible. These little water beads, and I know you guys can't see. Let me see if I can get any closer to the camera so you guys can see just how small these are. These little bitty water beads, little bitty teeny tiny things. You take 1 scoop of them like this, and you put it in 8 cups of water, literally a half gallon of water overnight. And let me show you what these turn into. Look at this, you guys. This right here, if you can see, is 1 scoop of water beads. That's all I put in there, and look what happens. You get these awesome jelly-like marbles. They feel really strange, but they're also just really, really fun to play with. You can decorate with them. You can put them in balloons and make stress balls with them. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with these. Our next experiment is going to be foil boats, and there are some links in the description down below to help you guys make your foil boats. And I'm going to put the supplies up there for you. It's really, really simple. And I'll also talk about some optional things you can do as part of this experiment. But this is going to be really, really, really cool. Before we can actually get to this, though, we need to talk about a couple of different things. We need to talk about some more science terms here. We need to talk about matter, mass, volume, and density, because this experiment actually has to do with density. Now, everybody probably knows that matter is all around you. It's in this desk, it's in my shirt, it's in the book cart behind me, it's here in this box, in this tub. It's just what things are made out of. It's what you call the molecules that make up things. But then you have to deal with mass and volume. Mass is the amount of matter in an object or a substance, the actual amount of matter in there. Volume is the amount of space that is taken up by an object or a substance. And here's the thing with solids and liquids. Solids have a definite shape and a definite volume. Liquids, while they have a definite volume, just like this water, they take the shape of whatever container you put them into. That's a big difference between solids and liquids. But with the foil boats, we're actually going to be dealing with density. And how you figure out density is the mass of an object, the amount of matter in an object, as it relates to the amount of space the object actually, or the substance, the amount of space the object or the substance actually takes up in relation to the amount of matter that is actually in the object or the substance. And I'm going to show you guys something really, really cool. We're going to put these boats in here one at a time, and I've also got some pennies here, and we're going to see how many pennies it's going to take to actually sink these boats. My guess on the first one is going to be about maybe 15, But on my second boat, it may take 20 to 25 to actually sink it. But we're going to see just how much it actually takes to sink these boats. Here's my very first simple one, just a little square one, and it is floating in there. Let's see. Okay, 33, 34, 35. Oh, 35! It took 35 pennies to sink the first one, and that was my smallest one. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I have this one that looks like a banana split boat. And the link for these is actually down in the description. I'm so excited. We're going to see how many it takes to sink this one. Oh my gosh. It took 35 to sink that one, but this one, it may take even more because the density of the foil of this boat is actually spread out more over the water. 19, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that one went down at 20 pennies. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think they all went to one side. That's why it went down quicker, because it took one of the sides down. But how cool is that? And you'll find the same thing. If you put a bunch of pennies in just a ball of foil, it will sink faster than these boats did, because when you make the boats, the density is spread out more. You have more air in between the molecules of the foil, so it floats for a longer period of time. Now, something else really cool that you can do with this that I'm not going to do in this video, but you can try it. Get a yardstick and a tennis ball or some kind of little rubber ball and put your boats in the water and start adding pennies to them and drop the ball from further and further up and see how long it takes them to sink when you add waves to the water. That's another cool option to do with this. One more thing I want to show you guys, because of course you can replicate these experiments at home, but there's a lot more that you can do at home if you come up to the library and check out some of our materials on all the things we just discussed, like Science for Fun, making things float and sink. This is in our juvenile nonfiction section. It's full of different little experiments you can do, like this one that we just did. And then to get to the bottom of matter, there are all kinds of little books about matter in the juvenile nonfiction and even in the Easy Reader Science section. This one, Mass at Work, actually comes from the Easy Reader section, the science part of it. And it's full of really, really cool little books. And then for today, there is, of course, what is a solid and what is a liquid, because we were dealing with two states of water. Ice and water, two states that it can be in. What's a solid and what's a liquid? And it's also really cool if you look up what happens to the hydrogen bonds in water versus ice, because that'll explain why ice actually floats in water, why you can actually put ice in your drinks. And then we have another really cool science experiment book, Explore Solids and Liquids, with 25 great projects from our nonfiction section. We have so much on this, you guys, and this is so much fun. And I can't wait to come back to you guys next month with even more sciencey, steamy fun. And just let me know what you guys thought, and I look forward to seeing you guys next month. Have an awesome Saturday. Bye.